We switch to a different type of shuttle now. It's basically a bus on Ferrix, a workhorse of a craft ferrying the ordinary and the extraordinary side by side. On one bench, our caped stranger sits in silence. On the other side, a man who looks like he stepped straight out of a market stall. Willi, the kind of trader who's been everywhere, sold everything, and never once lowered his voice. He's portrayed by the bloke who played Napoleon in Sean Bean's Sharp, and here represents something akin to a Cockney spiv. He's a Del Boy Trotter type. He starts with a rant about docking fees, how the system bleeds you dry both coming and going. Luthen's response, a flat 60 credits, shows he's done his homework. He knows the going rate. He's not here to joke about it, but Willi keeps talking, filling the air with memories of when you could drive across the wastelands, coughing up dust for a week afterwards. His tone is conspiratorial, but his volume anything but. His rant about docking fees, ground carries and bad air functions as world building in miniature. It tells us Ferrix has history, once rough and ready, now corporatised, that money extraction is now part of daily life, and that everyone here has a lived memory of being shaken down. But he's resigned to exploitation. That resignation sharpens Luthen's contrast. He's here to upset the order, not kvetch about it. In a brilliant visual gag, Willi is camouflaged into the shuttle itself. His coat and the wall panelling are the same drab khaki olive. His reddish-orange shirt looks just like the plasticky seats. He's not just in the shuttle, he's part of it. That's such a clever little design choice, and it says a lot. Willi is literally blending into the machinery of transport and trade. He's not separate from the system, he is the system. A cog who has spent so long hustling within it that he looks like it's upholstery. It's probably part of Luthen's obvious disdain for him. He's also a nobody, so irrelevant and unremarkable that he's become part of the background noise. And so he asks it, what's your line? The key moment. For Willi it's casual, almost friendly. For Luthen it's a probe though, one he refuses. His look hardens, the silence louder than any words. No cover story, no banter, just the quiet danger of a man who will not be read. Luthen's refusal becomes its own weapon. He's obviously capable of spinning a story, of playing a role, but here, for whatever reason, he's decided that he'll be less interesting, less memorable as a traveller who doesn't want to talk about his business. Hardly unusual on Ferrix. Compare this with Cassian. Cassian constantly over-answers, spinning lies and improvisations. Luthen's power here is the opposite, the ability to say nothing and make you leave it alone. And of course, when he says what's your line, he means profession or trade, but the phrase instantly echoes acting, the language of performance. And that double meaning couldn't be more on the nose given who he's speaking to. Even though to my mind Luthen is not acting here, I think this is just him, cranky, laser-focused and somewhat empty inside. Willi, who as I'm talking I've just remembered is also the fridge magnate in Hot Fuzz, doesn't get the hint though. He pivots, unfazed, declaring himself in propulsion, add-ons, boosters, the usual grind. Then he delivers a local proverb: if you can't find it here, it's not worth finding. On the surface it's about parts, but as the camera drops from the shuttle to the breaker's yard below, Cassian Andor strides into frame. The line retrofits itself instantly. Willi's idle chatter becomes prophecy. Amid the scrap and salvage of Ferrix, Luthen has indeed come to find the one thing worth finding. The little exchange is played with a shrug, but it's the hinge of the whole episode. A trader grumbling about fees, a stranger guarding his silence, and beneath them the weight of history about to shift. Up to now, episode 2 has been all set up. Ferrix morning rhythms, Cassian scrambling, Cyril and Mosk mobilising. Now, as we pivot into the climax, the show finally threads its two strands together, Luthen's approach and Cassian's descent. It's not just a geographical transition, it's a symbolic one. The revolutionary agent from Offworld is about to enter the grubby, self-contained Ferrix ecosystem, and the random chatter of a small-time trader becomes the vehicle for framing both Ferrix's character and Luthen's purpose. This scene's brilliance lies in how it uses irrelevant chatter to be relevant. Willi thinks he's just having a moan, but everything he says about cost, about history, about Ferrix as a source, maps onto Cassian's role and Luthen's mission. It's all true. The mundane becomes prophetic.